Hey, it's me. Today I'm here with my second quarterly book haul of the year, which means we're already halfway through the year. When did that happen? As you can see, I got quite a lot of books this quarter. Not my intention, but it happened. The first 2 months of this quarter, so that was April and May. I went with a regular theme of not buying too many books, and then in June I don't know what happened. Exams happened, probably that, so the stress makes me buy things. Also, I have my fan on, so like my hair is annoying, and that's why. It's really hot, so yeah, there you go. Let's just go through all the books I bought this month. Spoiler alert, I bought none of them. So yeah, I've been in a really bad reading slump all year, but especially like since April it's gotten way worse. So but I'm hopefully, fingers crossed, getting out of it. I also said that in March, and then April happened, so who knows. But yeah, I'm really excited about all of these books though, so let's just talk about them. The first book I got this quarter is Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo, which is the second and I believe final book in the King of Cars series, also the latest book in the Grishaverse. Yeah, I really love the Grishaverse, so of course I'm checking out the latest installment. King of Cars is my least favorite book into this universe so far. I thought it was quite boring, but I am still excited to see how this is going to conclude, because I just saw on the back that this is the conclusion to a duology. I wasn't sure if this was a duology or not, so yeah, hopefully I like this more than King of Cars, but who knows. We have another sequel on the list, which is Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Last Hours trilogy, which is like the 4th series in the Shadow and the Chronicles, or like the fifth. But this is a sequel series to the Infernal Devices, so you only have to read the Infernal Devices before you read this series. And yeah, I did a full like spoilery vlog on the first book, which I don't really like the video, so don't go check it out because it's also really long. It's like an hour long. Don't waste your time on that. But I'm kind of planning to do the same thing for this book, but then hopefully better. So wish me luck. But I am quite excited for this book. I always love the Shadowhunter books, so hopefully this will be no exception. I really liked the first book actually, which was a surprise because the Infernal Devices is my least favorite Shadowhunter series. So yeah, to like the follow-up series to that, I was kind of surprised, but who knows. I've heard mixed things about this book, but I do really love the cover. So yeah, moving on. So those were the 2 books I got in April. I told you I was decent in April and May. So yeah, moving on to the books I got in May. First up, Kitten Waiting by Becky Albertalli. One of my most anticipated books of the year, just like these 2. Becky Albertalli is one of my favorite authors of all time. I just really love her books. I did a video on her books. If you want to go check that out, go check that out. But this is a book that doesn't take place in the Quickwood universe, I guess it's called. So like the same universe, Simon vs. Homo sapiens and that. So yeah, it is the first solo book, I believe, that doesn't take place in that universe. So I am still really excited for this. It follows a girl in like musical theater and questioning on a boy, I guess. I don't really know the plot of this that well. I just saw Becca Albertalli cute cover and I went for it. It says break a leg, not your heart. That sounds decent. The only thing I don't like is this fake sticker for Love, Simon. That's been out for a while. Why is that still on there? Next up, I got The House with Chicken Legs by Sophie Anderson. This is a 2021 release, don't worry. But I read another book by Sophie Anderson the last year or the year before, I don't remember. I think last year. Yeah, I think last year, and that's called, I forgot, The Girl with Bare Legs. I don't remember, but that one. I really liked it. I thought it was like a very cute middle grade a fun adventure. So when I saw this book in the bookstore, I decided to pick it up as well. It's about a house with chicken legs, I presume. That's also the 2 books I got in May. Told you. I was working regularly. Then this was all the shit I got in June. It doesn't even fit in the frame, so I apologize. I got 4 books in the same trip, and on all the other ones are from another trip. Oops. But this trip I got the Midnight Library by Matt A. This is a adult sci-fi, I guess. I don't know. It's more like literary kind of, you know. And it follows this woman who's like, I think she commits suicide, I'm not entirely sure, and she's kind of like in this in-between state of being alive and dead, and she gets to this place called the Midnight Library where she can go to like these doors, I guess, or open these books. I don't really get how it works. And through those ways she gets to like live her life if she had like made a different choice. Like, so say she like one day in her life had to pick between these two big things, and like she's now regretting the thing she chose, so she is able to like go back and see how her life would have went if she went with the other choice. That's a terrible explanation, but I've heard of fantastic things about this book. As well as this author. I've read a non-fiction by this author before and I really loved it, and I own one of his other fiction books, so you know, I should just get to it. Then we have a lot of 2021 release, because it's what I buy a lot. It's Instructions for Del Sale by Nicola Yoon. This is the newest novel by Nicola Yoon. It follows two characters that are like complete opposites of each other, and I think they enter a dancing competition, and it's a love story, and it's a very, very cute cover. I love this cover so much. But I really love Nicola Yoon's other two books, which are Everything, and this one is also a star, and it's been a while since she brought out a book, so I'm really excited to check this out. And yeah, I just haven't because of a reading slump, you all know that. Then we have the Falling in Love Montage by Sierra Smith, which I've heard amazing things about on TikTok. Don't sue me. But again, this is about two characters who are like complete opposites of each other falling in love, except they are like doing a lot of like rom-com-y tropes, because like one person like doesn't believe in love at all, and like the other person's like, I'm gonna make you believe in love. I think that's what I get from it. I know it's sapphic, and that's the only thing I care about. And again, cute ass cover where we get this, and it's blurred by Becky Albertalli on the back, so a lot of reason I needed to check it out. And then we have another book I'm like super excited about, and that's The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Won. This is a graphic novel, so that's exciting. I don't buy graphic novels that often, I say, whilst there's more graphic novels in this haul. But this follows a prince who has like this secret identity as a like woman. He loves to dress up and dresses, but he's not allowed to. So like he has this like pretty famous alter ego who's like a fashion icon, and the only person who knows that the secret is a dressmaker, so the girl who makes the dresses for him. And yeah, that's all I know. I've heard again amazing reviews of this book, and I'm just excited to have it because I've been wanting to read it ever since it came out. We have more books I got in June. Let's start this off with this one, with Version 0 by David Yoon, which I wanted to shout this out because we have Nicola Yoon right here, and this is her husband. And again, David Yoon is one of my favorite authors. He wrote Frankly in Love and Super Fake Love Song, both YA contemporary books that I really loved. But this is an adult sci-fi. I believe it's adult, yes. And I don't really know what this is about that much, but I saw David Yoon and I bought it. Now, I think I did know at one point what this was about, but currently I just don't. I know it has something to do with social media, let's say, really. And of course, it takes place, like, I guess, in, like, a near future. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm just excited for this. It's David Yoon, and I'm excited to see him write something else in YA contemporary. I loved, like I said, I really love those books. And I also love sci-fi, so I'm hoping this will go right. Then, and also, can we just talk about how they're both blue? Yes, cute. More really anticipated 2021 releases. Let's go for that. We have Of Princess and Promises by Sandra Manon, which is like super floppy. This is the second book in the Silver Stars Academy series, which is a series of companion novels that are fairy tale tellings but are like contemporary. It takes place at like this boarding school. I really, really love the first one, which is Of Curses and Kisses. I read that on Scribd, but I saw this in a while, so I bought it. Again, Sandra Manon is one of my favorite authors of all time. I also did a video on her book, so go check that out. And this one is a Princess and the Frog retelling, and this follows like one of my favorite side characters of the first book. It's like the love interest in here, so I'm just like really excited to read this. And yeah, also they had a cover change for the series, but I absolutely adore this cover, so I'm not mad. Also, I don't own the first one, so who cares? And we also have Perfect on Paper by Sophie Gonzalez. Sophie Gonzalez is the author of Only Mostly Devastated, which I read and I didn't really like that much, but this one sounds amazing. It follows a character called Darcy Phillips, and she has kind of like this advice situation, but like no one knows who she is. So like people like write in, I don't know how to explain this, because it's not like at a newspaper. There's this locker and people like drop their like questions and problems there, and like she answers it with advice. I don't know how it works, but we'll find it out. It's relationship advice, but like nobody knows it's her, not even her best friend. And then this guy finds out, like he's a new kid at the school, and he finds out like her secret identity, and he needs, like she needs to help him get his ex-girlfriend back. Like shit happens. She's bisexual, which is the main reason I wanted to pick this up. But also blurb by Becca Matali on the back. What's happening? I didn't know this. This is the second book on this list that I mainly bought because of TikTok, and has a Becca Matali blurb on the back. I mean, this was on my radar before I saw it on BookTok because of the author, and then when it came like closer to the release date, a lot of people were talking about this on BookTok. And I learned more about what this was about. I was like, oh, that sounds really interesting. So I saw it in the store and I picked it up because. And then when I got home, I like actually read the synopsis and I was like, damn, that sounds so good. So yeah, really excited for this. Again, I'm excited for all of these books. It's terrible. Then we have another book I'm really excited about, and that's The Language of Thorns by Libra Dugo. Again, Wishaverse, love it. The thing I absolutely adore is like these books that are just like stories, like fairy tales or like whatever else stories from within like a fantasy world. And that's what this is. I'm so excited. These are like the fairy tales of the Grisha world. She's also written a book where it's like the saints of the Grishaverse, like their stories, and I have that and I read that and I loved it. And this I have been wanting for so long because it's been out for a really long time. Again, I'm gonna check. It's been out since, it says in numeral numbers. I hate this. I can't read numeral numbers that far ahead. But it's come out like several years ago, and I've been wanting it. But it's not like been like my most high priority because it's like not a story, I guess. It's just like short, it's fairy tales. And I've always said like if I come across it in the wilds in a bookstore, I will pick it up. This was the first time that I saw it in a bookstore and I just almost screamed, but I didn't because, you know, public setting. But I was so excited for this. Then next up, I have the entirety of the Lord of the Rings trilogy by J.R.R. Tolkien. Do I need to explain this to you? Probably not. But basically last year I made it a goal to read the entirety of the Lord of the Rings, plus The Hobbit, and I read The Fellowship of the Ring from my library, and then I didn't read anything else of the series because, you know, my library only has this like one big bind up. That's very intimidating. So I just ignore that it's there like most of the time I go to the library. But I saw these. I mean, yeah, numerous editions of Lord of the Rings. Several were again like the three of them lined up into one book, which I know technically is one book, which just got published as three, but I don't give a shit. Reading three smaller books, it's more attainable to me than reading one big book. So the three smaller books. I mean, they're not small, but like still. But yeah, I ended up buying these because they were like around the same price as actually the ones that had like the whole series in one book. So I thought rather get these because I find this easier to read, and I love these covers. So this is The Fellowship, which again I've read, but I'm probably gonna reread because I don't really remember that much of it. Like it was a very daunting read for me. But yeah, I have that. Then we have The Two Towers, which is much shorter, and then lastly we have the lastly we have The Return of the King. Lastly, on that trip I have two graphic novels. I have Monstrous Volume 4, The Chosen and Monsters Volume 5, War Child by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takada. I really love this series. I've read the first 3. Yes, because this is 4 and 5. So I read the first, did I read the first 2? I don't remember, but I own the first 3 already, and I really love this series. But graphic novels are not as easy to come by where I live. I live like this one store where I always go pick up my graphic novels, and we don't go there often. The last time we went there was last year, like almost exactly a year ago. So, yeah, every time we go there, I check out for like the next volumes of Monsters or Paper Girls, like maybe new graphic novel series. So yeah, I'm caught up on this series now, at least owning wise. But I think I'm gonna reread the first couple of volumes and just like binge the whole series, because it's been a while since I read those. I need refreshments. We have arrived at the last book of this book haul, which my parents needed to order something online, but they needed something like extra because to get like free shipping. So I was allowed to order a book and I got The Psychopath Test by John Watson, which is a non-fiction book, which is way shorter than I expected, and it's about psychopaths. No, it's more complicated with that. It's by John Watson, and like he kind of ran an investigation about what makes people psychopaths, I guess. And this is the book he wrote. And he also did a TED talk on this, which I watched and I thought was like hilarious because he is a comedian. And yeah, I just wanted to read this book ever since, even though like I've heard about this author many times before that. Mainly for his books, so he's been publicly shamed, which I'm also interested in, but like this one is just more interesting to me, I guess. And yeah, I'm probably gonna like rewatch the TED talk and then read this book, because that also has been a while and my memory isn't great. So yeah. How many books did I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 books over 3 months. That's way more than I read in those 3 months, I think. So, what's the purpose of this is? So yeah, but hopefully, probably, I will get less books in the second half of the month. Fingers crossed. I'll read a lot of these because I'm so excited with literally every single book on this list, except maybe Lord of the Rings. These are intimidating, but I am excited still. So hopefully these will all be read next time I talk to you. Maybe not all, but like most. Yeah, let's promise that. Next time I talk to you, which is in September, so next quarterly book haul is at the end of September. That's when another 3 months has passed. That's how this works. I want to have read most of these. So, fingers crossed, I have these 3 months off. Don't have school, so hopefully it will work. Who knows? Yeah. That was all I have for you today. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them, which ones I should prioritize, and everything. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Good.